Hello everybody, Blake Reiter here with a very timely Lighthouse Quick Take. As of Monday, May 12th, it is now a legal requirement for hotels to disclose resort fees upfront at the time of booking. And in honor of that occasion, I want to now dive into some data on resort fees. This data was gathered a little bit earlier this year, and I want to show this to you guys because now that this is a requirement, I want to see how the data might change later in the year. So we'll be watching this and doing more content on this later in the year to see how the data compares. But for now, I'm going to share my screen. And first, how common are resort fees in the United States? 8.6% of hotels are charging resort fees, with 91.4%, the vast majority, not. Now, of those hotels that are charging resort fees, by far the most common structure is a per night fee. 87% of hotels that charge resort fees are doing it this way, per night. 10% of the hotels that charge resort fees are doing it as a percentage of stay, so a percentage of that whole folio. Now let's dive into hotels that actually charge resort fees. This is a top 5 states in the US that charge resort fees, okay? Number 1 by a big margin, Hawaii. 64.1%, Nevada, Vermont, Florida, and not surprising to see these types of markets over here. These are big resort markets, obviously Hawaii, Florida, Nevada with all the Vegas hotels, Vermont, big ski market, obviously, so resort fees there as well. And now getting a bit more granular, we will look at the top 10 destinations ranked by the percentage of hotels in the market that charge resort fees. Miami Beach, number 1 by a good margin, 84.1% of hotels in that market charging resort fees, average of $41 per night. We look at these markets, we see Myrtle Beach and Honolulu and Oahu. We see St. Pete, Maui, Palm Springs. These are big resorty markets. It's not surprising to see these in the top 10. And frankly, it's better to see these types of markets than other markets that might not really be resort markets. And it's questionable as to why they're actually charging resort fees. Interestingly enough, Maui at $94 a night. That's the number 2 market in terms of size of resort fee. Boca Raton, number 1, $1 more at $95 per night. But it's worth noting that only about 25% of hotels in Boca Raton charge resort fees. So that's why they did not make this list. Not as many charge them, but those that do charge a lot. Vegas was number 11, did not make this list, at 47% of hotels in Vegas charging resort fees, just behind New York. But 47% in Las Vegas with an average resort fee of $48. So what does this mean to you, the GM or the revenue manager trying to decide if they should charge a resort fee, and if so, how much? Well, listen, it's a new landscape now because now it is legally required to disclose them. So this information hopefully gave you some benchmarks and some interesting understanding of how prevalent it is in certain markets and how much those resort fees may be. But beyond that, obviously now they have to be disclosed. So hopefully as you think about this in your own commercial strategy, you have some good benchmarks to go by, and we will be back later in the year with some updated data so we can see how this landscape of resort fees might have changed or evolved with this new legislation. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Blake Reiter, and this has been Lighthouse Quick Takes.